Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Nelson for Catholic Newsbreak. Here's what's going on this week in the news. We begin from the Vatican. In a Good Friday broadcast of Sua Imagine, or In His Image, Pope Benedict XVI will answer people's questions about Jesus Christ. The report will air on the Italian state television network RAI Uno on the Catholic Perspectives show that normally airs on Sundays. The April 22nd 80-minute program will feature a pre-recorded interview with the Pope from his apostolic palace. The Pope will answer 3 questions that are based on emails sent into the RAI television show's website and presented to him beforehand. Show host Rosario Carello said that every email sent in will be read, and the most common and interesting inquiries will be chosen, including ones that could open a stronger debate. The purpose behind the show is to return Good Friday to a time for reflection and spiritual preparation. Carello said producers wanted to revive the idea of a previous show on the station that was dedicated to questions about Jesus. In other news from the Vatican, there is already a lot of discussion taking place on the new book by Pope Benedict XVI. A panel of Protestant, Catholic, and Jewish scholars and theologians said Pope Benedict XVI's new book, Jesus of Nazareth, Holy Week, From the Entrance into Jerusalem to the Resurrection, would benefit readers of every faith. The group of theologians and scholars, which included the U.S. publisher of the book, Father Joseph Fessio, convened by teleconference from around the United States before the global release March 10th of the second in the Pope's Jesus of Nazareth series. The group hailed the book as remarkable. Rome Reports takes a closer look at the Pope's latest work.
Now in bookstores around the world is the second volume of the Pope's book, Jesus of Nazareth. It's being treated as a theological meditation about the passion, death, and resurrection of Christ. This is probably the principal piece of theological work by this Pope, who wrote it during his small amount of free time and signed it using his given name, Joseph Ratzinger. He directly addresses the topic that has fascinated him throughout his academic career, to show that the Jesus the Gospels spoke of was a real person and was in fact God. The Pope says he hopes his way of dealing with the figure of Jesus of Nazareth will be useful to readers who want to find Jesus and believe in him. The first copies to be printed have been prepared in 7 languages, totaling around 1.2 million copies. The book is already being translated in 20 other languages, such as Ukrainian, Czech, and Catalan. There are also electronic versions in English, as well as audiobooks in English and German. Over 9 chapters and an epilogue on the ascension of Jesus into heaven, Benedict XVI puts forth clear and direct questions that may surprise many Catholics. Was Jesus just a revolutionary? Was the Messiah the Son of God? And who killed him? Those who have read it say that his answers leave you without any doubt and lead you to look at the Bible with a different view. The first volume sold nearly 3 million copies, and 32 editions were made. As of now, the second edition is being published in 7 languages. The Pope also finished the third and final part of his book last summer, which looks back on the childhood of Jesus. It's expected to hit the bookshelves next November.
According to Ignatius Press, the U.S. publisher of the 384-page book, of the 1.2 million copies printed, 90,000 were printed in the United States, 200,000 in Germany, and 300,000 in Italy. In news now from around the country, the Catholic Conference of Illinois said in a statement that the repeal of the death penalty advances the development of the culture of life in the state of Illinois. On March 9th, Ash Wednesday, Governor Pat Quinn signed into law a bill to abolish the death penalty, making Illinois the 16th U.S. state to do so. Effective July 1st, the law also will direct funding to services for victims, families, and for law enforcement training. The Catholic Conference went on to say that no longer will there be a risk in Illinois that an innocent person will be convicted and sentenced to death. And at the same time, it said society will continue to be protected and those who commit crimes will still be held accountable through alternatives to the death penalty, including life without parole. Officials of the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops in Washington lauded the state conference and others who fought for the law, including the Catholic Mobilizing Network to end the use of the death penalty. And finally in the news, at a service in Chicago, Cardinal Francis George and commission members have taken an oath to carry out their duties for Father Augustus Tolton's sainthood cause. Auxiliary Bishop Joseph Perry of Chicago, who read a biography of the priest during the service, said Father Tolton is the first identified black priest in the United States. The service, which was held in St. James Chapel at the Quigley Center in Chicago, began the canonical inquiry into the life and virtues of Father Tolton and formally commissioned those who will serve the cause. The Vatican Congregation for Saints' Causes requires the formal introduction of a cause for sainthood to take place in a public session with a gathering of the Christian faithful. The Vatican has yet to name the priest a servant of God, which is necessary to officially open his cause for canonization. However, the diocese has been given permission to move forward. That is all the information we have for you at this time. Please stay with Catholic TV for more Catholic news. Until then, I'm Kevin Nelson, and I'll see you next time on Catholic Newsbreak.